Sure, I'm all for having a conversation about Asia's past if people in the region thinks that it's necessary. And this is by no means meant to suggest that Japan should get a free pass, because what it did is certainly horrendous, occupying Manchuria and big swaths of China in the 30s and 40s in particular. No one excuses that, and nor should we. And I hope that the Japanese are not trying to get out of responsibility. Once in a while, they say things that make you think they might be. But at the same time, I think that if we're going to have a candid conversation about who abused the Chinese people in the 20th century, you can't ignore the biggest abuser of the Chinese people in the 20th century, which is the Chinese Communist Party, which is still, unlike the imperial regime in Japan, is still in place. I'd like to see some comparison between what the Japanese did and what the Maoists did during the Great Leap Forward and the Cultural Revolution from the 50s into the 1970s. If we could have some candor among Asians about Asia's past, I think that would be a really helpful thing. Do I think that will happen? No, I don't. There's a dynamic I've called attention to, which comes from a silly place out of moviedom. If you think about the old movie Animal House, at one point at the beginning of that, the two fraternity leaders are watching this ROTC officer Niedermeyer, who's a real jerk, abuse a couple of their pledges.
You're a goddamn disgrace!
A vicious mother, isn't he?
Yeah.
And they say,
He can't do that to our pledges. Only we can do that to our pledges.
that's kind of the dynamic that you get with the Chinese. It's uniquely bad for somebody off the continent of Asia to come into your country and abuse your people, while at the same time you kind of write a free pass to the regime that actually abuses Chinese people in a lot bigger numbers over the 20th century.